that they do, to their fun activities and everything that they want, we just immediately provide for them. That's a good thing to provide for the children. Don't get it from me that I am saying we should not. It's a good idea to provide for the children, to make them very well suited in this world. We are living in Canada. We're not living in Qom or in Karbala. We are living in this area. Therefore, the children should be brought up to compete in this world. But that should be conditioned, brothers and sisters. We cannot just put the money at their disposal at any time. Unfortunately, many of our parents, their role have changed or have reduced to be an ATM machine. The child, instead of going to an ATM machine, he just goes to the parent, to the mother or the father, and ask him for the money. When you give the child the money, usually we give it without any return. That's not a good idea. You don't want the money back from your child, but make him aware that this money that you got is hard-earned money. It didn't come so easily. It came with a good work. Therefore, when he utilizes, he has to utilize it in a good work. When you give him a gift, give him a responsibility at the same time. Tell him, if you do well in the school, I will buy you a PSP. If you do well in your math test, I will buy you, for example, a watch or a game for your PSP, and so forth. Make a deal with the child. Otherwise, he will take you for granted. Otherwise, the money is not worthwhile for him. He doesn't care about it. Anytime he wants, he has 2 ATM machines. Anyone he will choose, he will take it and go and buy whatever he wants. That's a bad thing. Why, brothers and sisters? Number one, it creates a greed within the self of the child. Why? Because whenever he wants something and you provide, without any work, without anything, you are in another way, by your deed, telling him that the most important thing is material gain. Money. To have more things. To have more toys. To enjoy your life. This is the most important thing. Therefore, he becomes self-centered as he grows up. Why? Once he needs something, at that time, and you cannot provide him, or the environment doesn't provide him, then he has to cheat his way. Because no one at the beginning did stop him and told him that you cannot have everything. Yes, there is money for everything, but you cannot have everything. There is a way to go for it. There is a responsibility. You have to have a responsibility for it. Therefore, this excessive expenditure, so much expenditure. I know some parents in the US, maybe here inshallah there is no such one. You see a person buy for his son or his daughter for their birthday gift, buy them a gift more than his monthly salary. Isn't that crazy? I go and buy one gift for my son because he turned, for example, 16 and he had the, what is it called, Sweet 16 birthday party. I buy him such a magnificent gift, but in return for what? Do I ask him to do his prayers? Do I ask him to do well in the exam? No. This excessiveness and expenditure create the man, the child, to have a greed, to be self-centered, to become oblivious about other people's problems. How many people, and you know many of them, back in our countries, how many people are starving? They don't have the basic means for life. Shouldn't we make our children aware of this? When you discuss with your child, you tell him, Baba or Mama, when I'm giving you this, you know there are hundreds of thousands of children who don't have this that you have. You should feel exceptional. Therefore, you have to produce. At the same time that you get the reward, there is a responsibility for you. The other way, brothers and sisters, is to teach them generosity. If from the same money that you give them, you advise them to pay it back to the poor, to collect it and give it to the orphans. It creates this spirit of generosity within the child. Let him think that he's not alone living in this planet. There are other people who have dire need for the basic things that also live in this world, and he has to provide for them. Tell them the stories. You know, we have the best role models, brothers and sisters. Sometimes many ask us, why should we have Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam? One reason to have Ahlul Bayt is that to have a great role model. Choose any incident, choose anything, you will see that Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam had a role model for that thing. You cannot see anything without a role model of Ahlul Bayt. We have a great role model such as Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein were sick that while they were at age of 5 and 6. Rasulullah told their parents to do fasting if they get cured. When they were cured, both the parents and the Imams, Imam Hassan and Hussein, they did the fasting, they were fasting. 3 consecutive days at the iftar time, there were people coming knocking on the door and asking for help. And the Imams put all what they had, which was 5 loaves of bread, and gave it to the poor. Do we tell this story to our children? Do we tell them about this generosity? Therefore, brothers and sisters, I need to keep my speech short. I don't want to go more than the time allocated to me. The important thing is to teach them generosity, either by action, ask them to pay for the poor, bring them role model stories, and when you set a good thing for them to give them an award, at the same time, give them a responsibility to do. صلوا على محمد وآل محمد. The second problem, which is the basis of other problems, if it persists, and as they grow up, it becomes the basis for other problems. And that is lying, brothers and sisters. One day, one man came to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi and told him, Ya Rasulullah, I have multiple sins. I commit adultery, I drink, I don't do my prayers, and one of them is lying. I lie. All the time I lie. Tell me, I want to prioritize. I cannot give up all. Tell me one by one so I can manage, and inshallah I will be saved. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi told him, start with lying. Stop lying. When you stop lying, you can fix the other problem. Why? Because the foundation of other problems is lying. The people, the children, acquire the technique of lying not from themselves. The human by nature are wonderful. As they are born, they're wonderful. They are infallible. Therefore, they learn lying from where? From the environment. Either they lie because they see their peers, and their peers, for example, more advanced than they are. They have things. Therefore, to make up for their deficiency, they lie. They don't tell the truth, for example. Or sometimes to avoid punishment. The child wants to avoid the punishment. He knows if he say the truth, the father or the mother will punish him. Therefore, he makes a lie. At any case,